Hey guys, welcome to Flip the Deck Tarot. Today I've got a pick a card reading for you that is a little bit on the spicy side. We're going to be looking at what your person's fantasies about you are. So this is going to be a little bit of a spicier reading. I would suggest if you are not 18 plus, maybe finding a different video to watch. I have a lot of romance pick a cards, so maybe pick a different video. This one, we're going to get into kind of some explicit cards. So we're going to have fun with this. We're going to really kind of figure out what your person is thinking about when it comes to you. Each of the piles is going to have a song associated with it as well, and I'll have the song linked down in the description box. So let's go ahead and get started with the groups. So for group one, we have the Three of Wands, and I want you to really focus on the imagery when you're selecting your piles this time. So not so much on the meaning, the traditional tarot meaning of the card, but more the picture that I'm showing you. So this is the image for group one. For group two, we have the Five of Pentacles, and this is the image. For group three, we have the Two of Swords, and this is the image. So just like always, take as much time as you want to pick your pile. You can pause the video and take a closer look at the images if you need to, and then just go ahead and pick whichever card you feel most drawn to. If you feel yourself pulled to more than one of these, then go ahead and pick more than one. I'm going to put in the description box, I'm going to put your timestamps for each of the piles, and I will just go ahead and see you in your reading. I'm going to get started with number one. Hi, number one. If you picked the Three of Wands and this image, and this is going to be your reading all about what your person fantasizes about when it comes to you. So the song that came up for you when I was meditating on your energy was Into You by Ariana Grande. So the link to that song is going to be in the description box below. If you want to take a listen to that and kind of like get a feel, but we're just going to use that to help us kind of tap into your person's energy, because these songs are a little bit of a message from your person. So let's go ahead and get right into it and see what your person is fantasizing about. So we have the Page of Swords here, Four of Cups, the Moon. Your person's very secretive. I can tell you that right now. Five of Swords. Your person is very secretive. They're the type of person that would keep these fantasies to themselves. They might be hesitant to share them even with you, depending on how your relationship is. Maybe you're not even in that stage where you would share fantasies, but this isn't the kind of person that would kind of like tell their friends what they've been thinking about or what they've been dreaming about. They really keep this to themselves. Four of Pentacles coming out just as I was saying that. They hold this very close to their hearts. They hold all of their thoughts about you very close to their hearts, and they keep it very, very private. Ace of Swords. Okay. I do think that this person also might kind of struggle with some of the fantasies that they have about you. They might feel like they shouldn't, or like they should keep themselves more in line when it comes to you. They might, I get the feeling that their thoughts about you do verge on the naughtier side of things, and it can sometimes create a little bit of a struggle for them. Knight of Swords. It can create a little bit of a struggle for them when it comes to accepting that they're having these kind of thoughts about you. So your person might come from kind of a religious background or a more traditional background, and it might make them feel a little bit uncomfortable, because I am picking up on the fact that they're not very open with these fantasies. So I'm just not getting the feeling that the two of you are communicating a lot about it. Now you have a lot of Swords energy on the table here, and that makes me, it's almost like I'm torn here, because on one hand, it seems like there could be great communication. On the other hand, I can tell that your person's holding back. So if this person has made some sort of advance towards you, has maybe let you in on a little bit of the fantasy that they're having about you, it was very difficult for them to do, and it was probably the only time that they do it. And to be honest with you, they didn't tell you the whole truth. They didn't tell you the entire fantasy. They may have told you a little piece of it, but there was more to it that they were a little bit too embarrassed to share. This Swords energy also tells me that if they have not shared anything with you, they're eager to. They wish they could. They wish that they were more open and that they could communicate more openly about some of these desires that they have about you. So really what I'm picking up on from your person is that they want to get closer to you. They just really have this desire to move closer to you. And I think that that's really pulled in with this Swords energy here. I think that the communication that they wish they could have with you about this topic, about maybe a little bit more of their inner desires and fantasies, it's really kind of like pulling at them, because they want to create that sort of relationship with you. They want to have that kind of established bond with you. They want to feel comfortable enough to share these things with you. But at the same time, it's like, I think it's maybe not in their nature to express kind of explicit topics to let you know what's been going on in their head a little bit, you know. This feels like a really controlled person to me. And it feels like with you, they want to lose a bit of that control. It seems like they kind of keep themselves in line a lot of the time. And they hold tightly to their private thoughts and their private feelings. And I think you're challenging them a little bit. The energy of this connection is challenging them a bit, because it feels like they want to express more than they usually would. And they want to express things that are going on in their thoughts and their imaginations, even in their dreams. Sometimes with this Moon card here, they want to express some of that stuff, but it's so outside their nature to do that, that it is creating a little bit of a conflict inside of them. There is really this feeling of them wanting to almost blurt out, or maybe they have almost blurted out to you a fantasy that they had, or a naughty thought that they had about you. And you may have kind of picked up on it, but I think they would quickly retract it. They would say, oh, no, never mind. I didn't say that. I didn't mean that. Because they just are kind of struggling communicating these things to you. But they definitely fantasize about being in closer proximity with you. They fantasize about just pulling you close, feeling you next to them. I'm getting the feeling that there might be some distance between the two of you. So there might be, you might be in separation. You might live separate from each other. Maybe this is a long distance connection and they haven't actually had the opportunity to physically touch you, but they have this urge to pull you in, to smell you, to feel your body against theirs. And there is this this feeling of proximity here. I'm feeling like the closeness is what's missing for them, and it's what they desire the most. And it might be that the only thing that they can do is communicate with you verbally, because of all of the Swords energy here. So maybe they communicate with you verbally, but they are hesitant to let you in on some of the more explicit thoughts that they have about you. And it feels to me like this communication for them isn't really enough at this point, because they want to be able to express more to you. They want to express more in a physical way. Now, I do think that this person they think a lot about offering a more emotional connection to you. They think a lot about being able to provide more of that emotional stability and to be able to show more of themselves. But there is a bit of fear and hesitation here on their part, because it seems like they're not quite sure that it will be received, that it will be reciprocated. And I think what's behind that is the feelings that they have for you are a lot deeper than maybe they've been able to communicate. And it could be a case of they don't even know if you would find it appropriate that they think of you this way, because there is a little bit of hesitation there, kind of feeling like if they were to offer you this extension of love and this emotional connection, that you might not be interested in it. I think that for them, a lot of their fantasies about you are revolving around knowing for sure that you would be interested in them. So I think when they are in their private thoughts about you, there's a lot having to do with you maybe being a little bit more forward. And it's not that they don't want to be in control. I think this person does want to be in control sometimes. I am getting more of like an even vibe, a reciprocal, balanced nature that they're looking for with you. But it's also that they want that reassurance. They want to be sure that you want them the same way they want you before they make any moves or advances toward you. And I think that like this Knight of Swords energy really lets me know that this person is looking for that confirmation, but once they receive it, I think they're going to be a lot more open. They're going to be comfortable being open about how they're feeling about you. And I think there's going to be a lot of communication about it. This person strikes me as somebody who will talk to you a lot about how they're feeling once they feel comfortable doing that. And also somebody who will talk to you a lot about what they're going to do. What they're going to do to you, what they would like to experience with you. So I feel like this is kind of a dirty talker. Once they're comfortable with you, I think this is somebody who wants to explore a lot of communication in the bedroom. Somebody who likes to describe what they're doing, and they might like you to describe what you're doing to them. I think that your voice is something that they really fantasize about. They really fantasize about hearing your voice, about hearing you say certain things to them. And I think for them that goes both ways. It's they want to hear a confirmation from you that you do feel this way about them. And also in a more sexual sense, they want to hear those words of affirmation while the two of you are together. They want to hear that you like what they're doing. And they also want you to describe what you're doing or what you'd like to do or what you would like to receive. So I get a feeling that verbal communication is really important to this person. In this way, that it really turns them on. The sound of your voice and explicitly talking about and saying what the two of you want. Okay, we had the Star come out. So these cards are, again, a bit more explicit, but they're going to help us kind of get an idea of more of what your person is feeling. The Chariot. So we're having a lot of strong energy come out here. We just had two major arcanas come out. This person feels strongly about you, and they fantasize about you and think about you a lot. Lots of strong energy. I think that for some of you, if this is a connection where there's been a lot of communication, there might have even been more risque, more sexual communication between the two of you. I think that this person's really moving to a place where they want so much more than that. They want to now be able to act on some of those conversations that have taken place. If the two of you have exchanged fantasies, if you've talked about what you have liked in the past, what you've enjoyed with other partners, this person really wants to make that happen with you. We have this Knave of Chalices here. So it's funny because the way that this, see what he's doing here, he's writing something up and he's tearing it up. And this to me is really touching on that communication again. It feels like this person does feel like communication is blocked in some way. In some cases, you may have actually talked about these things. You've actually discussed these things and shared your fantasies. In other cases, it really might be that they feel a little bit restricted. I think that that's kind of a recurring theme here, is that they're feeling restricted about what they can say and about what they can do. And I think that this person has several times thought about saying more to you, thought about letting you in more on what they're thinking about and the fantasies that they're having about you, and they stop themselves every time. But there is this energy of wanting to rush forward and communicate with you about this, to be open. They might be a little bit shy when it comes to expressing these things. I will say that this person thinks that you are absolutely beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. I'm not going to take that big group of cards. We had the Magician. So again, a lot of major arcana here, a lot of really strong energy, and that just tells me that this person feels very strongly about you and that you're on their mind a lot of the time. This person just absolutely admires you. They love looking at you. So whether this is in person or through pictures, they could stare at you all day. This is somebody who probably would watch you sleep, not in a creepy way, but if the two of you were together, they would want to lay and watch you sleep. I'm also picking up on from these cards that they find your back very attractive, also your chest. So I'm being drawn to the entire torso, front and back, and that's whether you're male or female, this applies. So you might have a very muscular chest and back that your person is very drawn to, or you might have a very busty chest, a very toned back, but there's something there where this person is very drawn to that torso area. And I think this person really wants to create something with you with this Magician energy here. There's this feeling of really wanting to manifest something. And again, I feel like there's a little bit of restricted energy here. They just, for some reason, feel like they can't. And that could be for a number of reasons. It could be that they're shy. It could be that the two of you are at a distance. It could even be that this connection is pretty new and they feel embarrassed and maybe like it's a bit inappropriate to express all of this that they're feeling for you. Again, like I'm saying, their fantasies really revolve around knowing that you want them, because this uncertainty is really kind of stopping them in their tracks here. Now, I am picking up on some imagery, some kind of how do I say this? There's a lot of fluids involved. Let's just say that. Your person has a lot of really wet, sticky kind of fantasies about you. And again, this is something that they keep to themselves for the most part. I feel like if they do share this with anyone, it will be you. So maybe they have to become a little bit more comfortable and then they will share with you, but they're not going to discuss these things with their friends. They really keep this to themselves. The funny part is about that is I think that your person also is having a bit of fantasy about maybe being with you in a public setting. So maybe not in front of a crowd of people necessarily, but maybe sneaking off to like a park or like a secluded area. Maybe you're at an event and they want to sneak off to a secluded area. There's definitely a lot of imagery here suggesting that they want to be with you outside, and in some cases maybe at night, maybe under the stars, but it doesn't have to be. I think that there might be a little bit of energy here of this could be during the day, like in a park, in someplace in nature. So they're thinking about being with you in that way a lot. I think that's interesting. That's kind of like an interesting aspect of their personality, because I think that they are quite private, but there is this part of them that wants to be adventurous in that way with you. And maybe explore something in an area where the two of you could get caught. I'm also picking up on kind of an energy of them wanting to get things right with you. So this could have been somebody that you were with before and they didn't know if they were satisfying you. They didn't know if you really wanted them, even though they had been with you before. So there is this sense of them kind of almost like practicing, or I think that this is a huge part of why they fantasize about you, because they're trying to almost plan out their moves in their head. That sounds really funny. I think they want to make sure that they're doing exactly what you want. So a lot of their fantasies about you involve satisfying you and being sure that they did that. With this imagery here, I can really pick up on the fact that they're interested in satisfying you. They're interested in you enjoying yourself, and it's like they enjoy themselves because you enjoy yourself. So they're very focused on that, and their fantasies are very focused on you. I do think that there is this feeling of like you take their breath away. So every time they see you, they are so drawn to you, and they're almost in awe of you. I do think that, see, I want to look at this from more aspects than just a sexual connection. So I do think that this person, in terms of relationship with you, because I'm thinking they want more than just a sexual relationship with you. Their fantasies do revolve a lot around a physical connection with you, but also there's this feeling of creation, and there's this feeling of communication. So I do think that they see the possibility of a strong relationship as well, because there's good communication between the two of you, and I think there's going to be a certain closeness between the two of you once you open up in this way, because it's like they're very, very private, but I think that once they share with you in this way, they're going to feel extremely connected, even just telling you how they feel. So there is this feeling of creation with this magician here. There's a feeling of stability and of something that they wanted to hold on to with this Four of Pentacles. So I think this is a connection that they want to keep in their lives. And really the only thing that might be holding this back, if this is held back, if this isn't held back, then you kind of know like who I'm talking about. You know that they are a bit of a dirty talker. You know that they like to hear from you, and they like to describe what they want and what they're doing. And also that maybe it took them a minute to open up. But if it is still really held back sort of energy, they're wanting to really bring it into a more solid place. They're wanting to create something with you, and I think that they're hopeful that it'll turn into something more, and that by sharing more of themselves with you and gaining a little bit more confidence about the fact that you want them, I think that's what's going to move this forward. So we had believe in the impossible, blue moon. That's kind of what we're talking about here. With they're hopeful. I think that there's a part of them that thinks that it might not be possible to be with you in this way, or to even open up to you in this way, but they're very hopeful about this. I think the issue here is that they are so attracted to you, and they find it difficult when they are actually around you, or when they have the opportunity to talk to you. They find it difficult to even speak. They are almost short of breath being around you. So that can really hinder their ability to open up. Yeah, definitely. It's very hard for them to open up. But their main fantasy, I think there's two main fantasies here. One is kind of exploring together in a sexual way out in the open, in nature. Maybe they just love public displays of affection, so this might not be that they want to like kind of go all the way in nature, but it might be that they want to, in a public setting, maybe at an event, at a party, they want to receive that affection from you. I think that's kind of tying back in. I think that to them is the kind of affirmation that they need, and that's going to kind of open up their ability to express more with you in this more intimate way. But if you were to give them that public affirmation, if you were to openly be affectionate with them, touch them, kiss them on the cheek, and kind of tell everybody around that you're interested in them and that you want them, I think that's kind of along the lines of the sort of affirmation that they need in order to be more open and to communicate more. So the two main fantasies would be kind of exploring in a more public setting. Definitely for sure that. And then I think this person really likes to communicate a lot in the bedroom or in the park. In this case, it might be in the park or on a hiking trail or something. They like to communicate. They like to tell you what they want, what they like. They like to hear from you. I think that really that turns them on to hear what you like, or to hear that you like what they are doing to you, because satisfying you is very important to this person. And then we had time for healing with the balsamic moon. So this kind of healing energy to me is, a lot of you, this could be a relationship that needs a little bit of healing. Maybe the two of you are in separation and they literally cannot get you off of their mind during this time that you're apart. For them, this might be that they need a little bit of healing when it comes to exploring in this physical way. They might feel a bit restricted, and that could come from, I think I was saying before, they may come from a strict religious background, and they might think that some of the thoughts that they're having about you are very inappropriate. So I think this connection has the potential to heal that for them. And especially if there's public displays of affection, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying, just like go ham, just right out in the open. But I do think that this person appreciates some public affection and some affirmation, so that other people can pick up on the fact that you're digging them. I think that that's something that really turns them on. I think also they get turned on by being flirtatious with you in settings where you cannot actually go all the way and go ham. I think that's how I put it before, because it kind of builds up the tension. And then the two of you, when you get together, later, it's like they want to express, they want to take that out. I think this person is the type of person that would whisper nasty little things in your ear in settings where the two of you can't be physical, just to kind of get you riled up and get you ready for what's to come later. What's to come later. You guys, let me get my mind out of the gutter. I'm not even trying to be nasty. Okay, so you had why not and dreams come true. So yeah, this person really thinks that this relationship is something special. The funny thing is, with this moon energy here, I was really picking up on the fact that this person has a lot of dreams about you. So I think in their dream world, it's their opportunity to explore these fantasies that they have about you. And when they're physically with you, or what they're looking to, because they want this to happen, that whatever went on in their dream, they want that to happen in real life. So that's kind of the message that's coming through here. It's like when they are physically with you, it's like a dream come true. It's literally their dream come true, because they've already experienced this with you in the dream world. And with this why not energy, I'm picking up on, again, this person is super adventurous. They might not come across like that. They might come across as like kind of shy and reserved, because maybe they haven't opened up yet enough to communicate about what they want to do. But I think once this person does communicate about it, you're going to find out just how naughty they are. And they're probably the type of person that's going to come and like suggest things to you that might catch you off guard a little bit. Like, let's sneak off over here and do this. Like, they're going to really communicate with you about what they want to do. And you might be like, no, we can't do that. And they would say, why not? Like, that's their whole, that's their vibe. That's their whole energy. They want to explore. So their fantasies about you are really about exploring, about being wild, about being naughty, about maybe experiencing some things in a more public setting. And I think they fantasize a lot about there just being open communication between the two of you. So open, like naughty communication, being some dirty talking, maybe some texts that are quite explicit, and also communicating while you're in the act. Like, that's what they're fantasizing a lot about, is just having that open communication with you, hearing from you that you want them, hearing from you that what they're doing is good and that you like it. So Yeah. I think that's all I see for you, group one. This is a really kind of steamy energy, and your person is quite adventurous, a little bit on the wild side. So maybe watch out if these fantasies are going to become reality. Be open to exploring a little bit and experimenting a little bit. So I hope you liked this reading. It was a little bit more risque than we've been going for, but I wanted to give it a shot. So let me know what you think, and I will see you in your next reading, and I am sending you all the love and light, and don't forget to like and comment and subscribe and all that good stuff, and I'll see you later. Bye. Hi, number 2. If you picked the 5 of Pentacles and this image, then this is your reading. We're going to find out about your person's fantasies when it comes to you. So the song that came up for you when I was meditating on your energy was Made to Love by John Legend. I'm going to have a link to that song in the description box so you can take a listen when you are done watching your reading. So that just might be interesting. It's going to add a little bit to this reading for you. It's going to add a layer and help us tune into your person's energy and how they are feeling about you. So let's go ahead and jump into some tarot. And we're going to figure out all about your person's fantasies about you. I can tell that there is kind of a tender energy coming through for this reading already. There is a really loving energy. So this person's fantasies might be very tender and have a lot to do with connecting with you on an emotional and spiritual level. Let's go ahead and move this out of the way. So we have the 4 of Wands, 3 of Swords, the Emperor, the 5 of Cups. Okay. I think your person has been heartbroken in the past, and I wonder if it is in this connection that they feel that they've been heartbroken. We had the Hermit, the Queen of Swords, Two of Cups. So right away, we're getting a lot, like we've got some Aries energy out on the table. We've got Virgo energy. We've got Libra energy. We've got Gemini energy. There's a lot going on here. It's like this person is telling a story. So it's really interesting given the type of reading this is. Then the 10 of Wands in reverse. Okay. There's definitely more to it than just like sexual desire when it comes to this person. There is definitely more to it. I think this person has a bit of a past. They may have been through something either involving you or not involving you, but they've been through heartbreak. And I think that when they look at you, they see like a lifetime. They see somebody that they can spend their life with. So we are going to get into the more naughty, kind of erotic aspect of this. But I think that it's really important to point out that it's more than being naughty or having erotic fantasies when it comes to you. This person sees building a life with you. They see marriage or a long-term commitment with you. They see building a home with you. They see happy family with you. And this either is a connection where it fell apart and now they're left with just their memories and just their fantasies of that, or they are a person who has experienced a lot of heartbreak in the past, and when they see you, they are like, they're kind of opened up to a whole new possibility. They see you as an equal partner. They see you as a lifelong partner. They see you as somebody who is very connected to them. Divine counterpart energy coming through with this 2 of Cups. Your person may be a Gemini. I'm very drawn to this 2 of Cups card of all the cards here in the reading. I'm also very drawn to the Hermit. And Hermit, this is Virgo energy. This card is Gemini energy. And they're both ruled by the planet of Mercury. So we're talking communication here. We're talking that there's some strong communication that has been had or that needs to be had. because there is something coming through regarding these two cards that is just kind of a stronger energy than the rest of the cards out on the table. Now, the other strong presence here is this Emperor card. So I get the feeling that this person wants to start something new with you. Like they want to blaze a new trail when it comes to their relationship with you. In a sexual sense, this could mean that they want to try new things with you, things that they've never tried with anyone else before, or open up in ways that they've never opened up to any other person. This could also mean that this person likes to be dominant. They like to be in control when they're with you. I think on the more relationship end of things, which this reading is leaning more towards relationship end, because I think this person is very serious and very committed. I think they've taken a long time to reflect and they know what they want. And I think they're viewing you as somebody that they want. More on a relationship side of things, I think that they are seeing something stable here. They're seeing something long-term and something really solid. I think that there's a lot of mutual respect in this relationship and that there's a lot of good communication. So a lot of you watching this reading might already be in connection with your person, or you were in connection with your person. There seems to be a bit of history here, and it's like there's different ways for me to interpret this. This could be history between the two of you, or this could just be me looking at their history. But they are definitely somebody who has been through a committed relationship before. They've been in a connection where they thought it was very special. They thought it was going to last, and it didn't work out like that for them. So yeah, they've taken a lot of time to reflect. They spend a lot of time by themselves, reflecting on exactly what they want, and they see you as somebody very strong and very in some ways very direct. But I am picking up on from this person that they are putting down their burdens from previous relationships. They are setting aside past heartbreak and heartache, and they've got their eyes set on you now. So if they had something going on in their lives before, their fantasies are now about being with you and about actually building a life with you. They're not hung up on whatever happened before. This could be energy I'm picking up on from you as well. If the two of you have had situations where you felt like you had to walk away, where you felt like something came to an ending that was supposed to go on forever, and you really were brokenhearted, and now you've taken a step back and you've been reflecting before you jump into something else, this might be energy that the two of you share, which I think just makes your connection even stronger. So this connection here is about a deep, soulful connection. This is somebody who wants to be very sensual with you, and somebody who they want to make love. They are not the type of person that wants to like hit it and quit it. It's not that type of energy at all. They've taken their time to know exactly what they want, and they see you as somebody who is very strong, somebody who can meet them eye to eye, be on the same level as them. So I am feeling like this is like a strong person themselves. This is somebody who knows what they want, and they're very convicted, and they think that you can meet them there, and like they've never had that. So I do think that like in terms of sexual relations, it's something they think can be quite evenly matched and beautiful in that way. Like in really connected, like this is somebody who wants to be monogamous. Like they have these fantasies about you, but they're seeing a lifetime playing out with you. They're not seeing just like a quick bang. Okay, I was looking for a better word, but let's just go with it. It's not a bang. Okay, this is a continuous bang. I'm just joking, you guys. This is a lifelong commitment. This is something they want to do for a long time. I think that potentially this person has never made love before, or they don't think that they have, which is really interesting because I have this energy of like they may have been through something, but I think they might look back on their previous relationship and realize that it wasn't what they ever thought it was. And with you, they feel something a lot stronger. So this is like they're realizing that they weren't really in love, or that the person that they were with didn't actually love them, which is why they came out of the situation so heartbroken. So I think that their fantasies about you involve a very slow, sensual, soul connecting kind of love making. It's like they want more with you. It's like they want more than they've ever had with anyone before. The two of you might be into like tantric sex. They might be into that. And it might not be like in the formal sense. It might not be that they've actually studied up on tantric sex, or that they've read about it, or that the two of you are going to take a class or something, although that is a total possibility. But it's just that feeling of like deep connection. So they might want to connect with you on other levels before there's the sexual contact. So I'm feeling like their fantasies about you are a lot deeper than just jumping straight to the physical. This person fantasizes about gazing into your eyes. They fantasize about holding you, about just being close to you, about being connected, about sharing deep inner feelings and emotions that they've never shared with anyone else before. They fantasize about connecting and being in love with you. I think that there's a huge possibility that this person sees you as their soulmate. We have the Four of Wands here, which is always an 11-11 card to me. And then we have the Two of Cups. So there's definite strong energy here, definite divine counterpart type energy. So yeah, this person, they want to make it about you. They want to cater to you. They want to take things slow. Kind of the same thing with group one. Your enjoyment is of the utmost importance to this person, but I do get a slower energy from this person. So their fantasies are about pleasing you, about taking their time with you. It could be that it was all about the physical for them before in past relationships, and now they have learned from that, maybe coming through this heartbreak. And with you, yes, there is a physical aspect, but they want to establish something so much deeper than that before the physical. Or even if it is physical, maybe they don't want to actually have sex right from the beginning. They want to connect with you. Like I was saying, they want to look into your eyes. They want to explore your body in different ways, maybe through massage. Let's look into some more of your cards and kind of pick up on some more of that sexual energy here. So we had the King of Pentacles. I am feeling, again, like your person is very dominant. Like they like to be dominant. And I think that your strength kind of turns them on. Just that feeling of being able to, like you stand up to them in a way that no one else has. And it really turns them on because they are such a strong force, a strong personality, that it's like a huge turn on that you're not afraid of them, or that you're willing to stand your ground around them. Okay, you had two more cards come out, so I'll leave them together. You had the Three of Cups and the Eight of Cups come out. Okay. For some of you, I'm picking up on that your person may be extremely artistic. And I say that because I am having a strong sense that they want to sketch or paint your nude body. And this really just kind of pulls me back to this idea of them wanting to take their time when it comes to you, them wanting to get to know your body and explore a little bit before you kind of like bring this into a physical thing. And if you're already in that physical part of your relationship with them, I think that it's somebody who did take their time, or there was a lot of there might be a lot of foreplay with this person. I think they like to kind of explore around, touch, feel, look, taste, do everything before they get to like the big moment. And I am again then drawn back to this idea that this person really views you as divine counterpart. So I think a lot of their fantasies have to do with just wondering what it would be like to be with you. And I think that they find themselves wondering and fantasizing about this because they're wondering, like, what would it be like to be with a soulmate, to be with somebody who I really love, to connect in that way? Like, how connected would it be for us to come together in that way? How intense would it be? They want like a full body and spirit experience with you. I do get the feeling that they fantasize for a long time about you. Here's what I will say. We had the Emperor come out on top of the Emperor. So this person fantasizes about being in control in some way, or playing with the idea of dominance and control. So they might love when you take control in some cases, but I am kind of feeling like they like to be in control of the situation. So in their fantasies, they are dictating how it's going, and that really turns them on to be more dominant, to be more of a force in the connection. I think that also comes back to that idea of them wanting to take things slow. That's another way that they exercise control. So I think this person fantasizes about making you wait, about making you beg, about making you squirm a little bit. They like to prolong the foreplay and prolong the exploration. I think they really like to do that because you like it, mainly. It makes everything more intense when the two of you come together. So a lot of their fantasies have to do with being a bit more dominant and controlling, and deciding which way things go. So dominance doesn't always have to mean physical force. It can mean that, but it also can mean that they're going to dictate how things go. So they might be somebody who's like really bossy in the bedroom. They are definitely fantasizing about being bossy, about kind of directing things. I think that this comes from the most tender-hearted place. So this is probably something that can be a lot of fun to explore, because it feels like a really solid and trusting relationship, where you wouldn't have to worry about it getting out of control, or about the power dynamics getting out of whack. I think that they almost worship your body, and that allows you to let them be in control a little bit more, because you know that they would never do anything to hurt you. You know that everything that they're doing is for your pleasure, but it's also, I mean, they get a lot of pleasure out of it as well. Yeah, I'm picking up on just your body in general being something that drives them crazy, and they want to touch you. They fantasize a lot about just touching you, feeling you everywhere with their hands, with their mouth, really exploring your body. And for some of you, maybe even like I was saying, painting or drawing. It's like they want to get to know your body on the most intimate level. So they might have fantasies about being able to have that much access to your body. But also, I think if they are an artist, they may draw you, even if they've never seen you that way before. Even if they've never seen you nude before, they would draw you nude, because this is part of how they fantasize. And I think that for them, these fantasies, I think they spend a good amount of time on these fantasies. I'm picking up on that from this Emperor card. Like, I think this is somebody who really takes time to imagine you and to imagine the two of you together. They might do this before they go to sleep, or it's almost like there's a designated time that they tend to think about you. Maybe in the shower, and they take extra long showers fantasizing about you. That's really interesting, because I think I'm getting the feeling that even in their private time, they take their time with you. They really will set aside time to really think about you. And that might be because this person is manifesting a connection with you. And they might really be more deliberate about taking time to think about the connection that they want. a lot of energy about the chest as well. So that might be a part of your body that they're extremely drawn to. But I do, again, for you, pick up on, it's not just, it's your entire body. It's not just the chest, but there is a lot of energy here about the chest. Okay, you had your dreams need a practical plan. That's full moon in Taurus, and nothing is yet set in stone. So I think this person, they might have the feeling that their fantasies are in vain a little bit, that that this might not happen for them. They're wanting something more solid with you. I think they're wanting, basically they want to do this. I think that these fantasies that they're having about you, they're not satisfied with leaving them in the fantasy world. They really want these things to come to fruition. They want to ground this stuff in reality, and that could really play back into this energy with this Emperor card of them really designating a specific time to think about you, because that's coming through very strongly. So I think what might be happening there is that they are trying to manifest this connection. If you're already with them, they might just be trying to manifest a deeper connection, a more soulful connection, or letting you know how they feel about you, that they feel that the two of you are divine counterparts. But there is this feeling that like it's not as serious as they want it to be yet. So yeah, that feeling that was coming through in this reading about this being more than sexual, it's definitely sexual, but it's more than sexual. They feel like they want to like live life with you. And I think that this connection has not come to that place yet. And that might be kind of frustrating for them, but I think that they're designating specific time to think about, to manifest. They might script, because I keep getting drawn back to this idea of like a notebook. So that could be a sketch pad, or it could be a place that they write things. So they might write journal entries about you, or kind of script a life with you, because they're actually really serious about this connection, and their fantasies go much deeper than just sexual. Oh, drop some cards. Okay, there really is though this this feeling of they want to explore every inch of your body. So we had momentum and go within come out. We had two more cards actually come out. Okay, let's talk about these. Momentum. I think this person is really, like we were just talking about, they want something to be set in stone. They want this connection to move forward. I can't help but in this scenario actually take this go within quite literally. So I think this speaks to how much this person desires you sexually, no matter which side of the equation you're on, or what, like kind of what you're working with. In your anatomy physically. I think that this person wants either for you to go within them, or for them to go within you. This also speaks to that deep connection that they want to experience with you. They want to feel like the two of you are joined, heart to heart, like almost like your hearts are physically joined. That's how close they want to get to you. So this connection really is, it's quite deep. Their fantasies go quite deep and quite in depth about really how they want to live a life with you, and not just how they want to make love to you, but they definitely want to make love to you. Then we had rebuild and speak your truth. So I took 4 cards for you in group 1. I think we only had 2. You had some more cards. I think that this tends to happen when there's a lot of different energies that I'm picking up on for the reading, and maybe some different scenarios. So I think, like I was saying, for some of you, some of this past hurt and these past issues could have to do with this being a relationship, a connection that you were in before and something fell apart. Or it can be that something fell apart in your lives individually. But I think this connection is all about rebuilding something, rebuilding trust in just the fact that love can exist, that this kind of connection can exist, that these kind of divine counterparts can find each other and exist. I think there's an element of that to this connection, really rebuilding that and rebuilding your hearts. And then we had this speak your truth. This person wants to tell you about how they feel. They want to express to you how serious they are about this connection, and also express all of these fantasies to you. I think their way of expressing their fantasies to you is something very physical, very tangible. They're not just going to tell you about it. They're going to show you about it. They're going to touch you. They want to actually physically put their hands on you and show you what they've been fantasizing about. So I think that this speaking their truth thing is a little bit more of a physical, it's like a nonverbal speech, which is interesting. I think it might begin with a verbal speech, but what they want to do for the most part is put the words aside and get physical about it. And they want something solid. They want something set in stone. So yeah, group 2, I think that's all I see for you. Really powerful connection. A lot more emotion came through than I thought would. I was open to it in these readings, but I was going more for, like, you know, what kind of naughty stuff your person's thinking about. But in your case, your person is thinking naughty stuff, but they're also thinking a lot about a life with you, which I think can be really exciting, because I think this is the type of relationship where the sexual side of your relationship will be really healthy. Even if the two of you are together for years and years, there's going to be this strong sexual side. And I think that's really driven by this person with this very strong conviction about what they want and who they are, and also this almost need for you. They have this need for your body, this need to be near your body, this need to explore your body, which I think is going to keep your romance and love life pretty hot for years and years and years. So that's exciting. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I am sending you all so much love and light, and I hope you'll join me again for another reading. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you later. Bye. Hi, number 3. If you picked the 2 of Swords and this image, this is going to be your reading all about what your person fantasizes about when it comes to you. So the song that I got for you when I was meditating was Tunnel Vision by Justin Timberlake. That song is going to be linked in the description box, so you can take a listen to it after you watch your reading. But that's just going to add an important layer to this reading and give you a little bit more information about where your person is coming from. We're going to jump right into the tarot, and you've already got cards flying out. So we're going to jump right into the tarot and find out what your person fantasizes about when it comes to you. I am already picking up on just kind of the energy that this person has for you. It feels like they're very devoted to you. Okay, all these cards flipped. Let's see what came out. We had the Moon. That card actually showed up in group 1. The 6 of Swords, the Hermit. Yeah, I'm seeing some of the same energy come out. So your person is... I'm actually kind of getting a different interpretation. In group 1, it was that this person was very private. I do think that your person might be very private about their fantasies. But I think in this case, I am picking up on a slightly different energy. I think that this really has to do with, we had Death come out in reverse. I think this really has to do more with them kind of having their eyes set on you. There's a certain devotion that's coming through from this energy already. 4 of Pentacles. A lot of repeated energy here from group 1 might be worth taking a look at. 2 of Pentacles. I'm picking up on that for some of you, this person maybe was in another connection when you first met them. Okay, I think I'm going to reshuffle that because I had a lot of cards come out and I want to be really sure because there's a lot going on here. I want to get one card for group 3. There we go. That can give us some clarity here. Okay. You may have met this person when they were already in a connection, because there is a sense of them moving away from something in their past and moving toward you. But I will say that it seems that their energy is very devoted to you at this point in time. This person, they are exclusively fantasizing about you. So I feel like this person might be very attractive or very suave in some way, because I feel like there's got to be a particular reason why I'm saying they're exclusively fantasizing about you. You might have a feeling that this person thinks about other people, or that they are in another connection with someone else. Maybe they are, or maybe they were when you first met them. So you think that their energy might be divided between you and someone else, but it is not. They are thinking only about you. I also think that you make this person nervous, and you kind of have them on guard, which is also interesting energy, because I do feel like there might be some element of this person that is quite sure of themselves, very confident, and you might see them this way, so you don't really think that you are kind of like rocking their world in this way, that you're throwing them off balance in this way, but I think you really are. And I think just like with pile 2, there's some more energy going on here that goes beyond the kind of sexual naughty bits. So I do want to talk about that before we get into more of that sexual energy. I feel like this person may have left a previous connection or a previous situation to be with you, or they're contemplating doing that. So I'm thinking a lot of their fantasies have to do with fantasizing about starting a new life with you, or reinventing themselves in some way that brings them closer to you. I think that this connection is making them face a lot about themselves that they hadn't wanted to admit. They are looking into their shadow a lot more. I think maybe even some of their sexual fantasies about you kind of tiptoe and dance around on that shadow side of themselves, and they are having to look at that a little bit more. You're kind of forcing them to look at that. We have this 4 of Pentacles energy, which showed up in reading 1 too, and that is really an energy of wanting to hold on to something. This person wants to hold on to this connection with you. They want to figure out how to work you into their lives, and how to make this connection work. They might have a lot of responsibilities, and they want to figure out how to work you in. Now, that being said, I think that in terms of responsibilities, I think this person is responsible. They might be quite busy with work or with school. They are, for some reason, concerned a lot with the mundane. I know to a certain extent we all are, but in their particular case, I don't know if this is because of work. They may work multiple jobs. They may be in school. They might have children to care for, but there's something that really pulls them into a mundane kind of everyday grind a lot of the time. And their thoughts and fantasies about you are like this hidden place, this fun place that they get to journey off to. And it kind of breaks up that monotonous day-to-day for them. So I think that there's somebody who can be rather regimented. They can be on a schedule. They might have to be on a schedule because of their job or their lifestyle. But they're making some time to fantasize about you, and they're kind of enjoying that. They're enjoying that quiet time, that time where they can just pull in and kind of release... just release the responsibilities, release the thought about the responsibility. I also am seeing that there is a strong sense of them wanting to reinvent themselves. So the two of you being together or coming together in the way that they want might require a shift in their lives, and they are looking forward to reinventing themselves, or they're contemplating ideas about how to do that. There might be a little bit of fear there too, a little bit of resistance, maybe a little bit of not wanting to rock the boat. This coming together in the way that they want might require travel from them or from you or from both of you. It might require relocation. It might require restructuring something in some way in order to bring this together. But I am picking up on an energy of this being about more than a sexual connection, and that was the same thing that happened in group 2. This is different energy, but it is that this is about more than that for them. It's about figuring out how to work you into their life. And I think this is different energy for them. I think that they have been somebody who's been a lot more casual about sex and about you know, being flirtatious or exploring a sexual relationship, maybe even hooking up. They've been more casual about that in the past, and you're making them rethink things. So I think that no matter to what degree this goes, this might be that they are actually contemplating moving or changing something about their lives just so that they can be with you, just maybe even just so they can be with you physically, because they want to be with you in that way so badly. But I think that because I'm seeing the fact that they're viewing this connection differently than they have in the past, I can really tell that it's more serious. Like, they want to be with you sexually, but they're also worrying about how to implement you into their life and how they can transform into the person that's like worthy of having you in that way. Because it does feel like it was more casual before. They didn't have to imagine how they would need to change their life around or rethink things for previous connections. They didn't have to do that because they were not serious connections to them. And this one feels a little bit different. There's also this Page of Wands energy, so I can tell there's a lot of passion here. That means that the fantasies that they're having about you are probably quite heated, quite passionate. We're going to look more into that and get more details about it. But and there is a kind of newness to it. So the two of you may never have been together sexually, or this could be kind of a new connection. I also am kind of picking up on maybe an experience level here. And this is either that they don't think that you think they're experienced. So maybe, I think that's you. That might be you. Somebody in this connection isn't as experienced as the other. And it's like they want to explore with you. So for most of you, I think that's going to be that your person is more experienced than you are, and they fantasize about like almost teaching you or just like showing you new things, exploring with you in new ways, and kind of like they're fantasizing about the two of you opening up in this very private, personal kind of way with this moon energy. It's almost like they want secrets to be revealed, and in this context, those secrets are like exposing yourselves in a really private and personal way to each other. I do think that you're not realizing how nervous you make this person. And it's just funny because if they are the one that's more experienced, I think that might be why you have this impression that you don't affect them this way, or that you can't possibly affect them in this way. You do. And they think about you a lot. In a lot of ways, I think it's like for you came into their life and everything else faded away. And that might be why they are needing to kind of figure out how to rebalance things, because they were quite thrown off. A lot of what they viewed as important before, they're not caring so much about. We had the Death card come out right on top of the Death card. Similar thing happened in the last reading. So, this connection is transformational for this person. So their fantasies about you are fantasies like they've never had before. King of Swords. Okay, their fantasies are different than anything they've ever thought about before. And I get the feeling that that's because it was always so casual. I don't think sex really meant that much to this person before. I think it was just kind of a thing to do. They didn't know that it was something that could be deep and that could really make them feel connected to another person. I think maybe they didn't even believe that before. They didn't even believe in feeling that kind of connection. So they definitely might have a background of hooking up, and they're changing in a lot of ways. I kind of love that Death came out both upright and reversed, because to me, that's just telling me they're changing in every way imaginable. It's like this flipped them upside down and right side up and upside down again and all over the place. Okay, the Hanged Man. They are fantasizing being very vulnerable with you, being very intimate with you, and changing their lives for you. So their fantasies really, I think that they start out kind of, they don't start out sexually necessarily, but I think they always work their way into that more sexual side. We kind of started the reading out here with more stability and transformation, and then on both sides here we end in wands. So there's a lot of passion here, and there's a lot of sexual energy that they want to explore with you, but because they're really looking at balancing and transforming their lives to fit you into it, I think that they start out by fantasizing about the everyday things. They fantasize about getting up in the morning and having coffee with you or having breakfast with you. They fantasize about going to bed holding you. And then these fantasies turn into something more sexual. But they're actually really starting out by imagining being really close and connected with you, which I think is something that this person has not imagined before. They did not see themselves as somebody who would be imagining being together in that way. So we had the Seven of Swords. I do think that there is an element of feeling a little closed off when it comes to this. So they might not, I'm just feeling like they haven't really explored this with you. So for a lot of you, they may not have told you about this. They may not have told you how they feel, but there is this feeling of them being so enamored with you, so caught up with you. I think sometimes this brings them a lot of confusion, and maybe they feel even a little bit helpless because it's causing such a transformation. It's so interesting, the information that's coming from these readings, because it's so much more than just the sexual side of things. There's a lot of emotion behind a lot of this. So there's a lot of emotion for this person. There's a lot of transformation for this person. And it's like kind of, it's fun to see that this sexual side of them and these fantasies that they have about you can cause such a change and such growth in this person, but it's causing a lot of growth. I think that this person is thinking about you a lot. So a lot of the fantasies that they're having these fantasies while they're at work. We were talking about them kind of breaking up the mundane. I think they're having a lot of these fantasies while they're at work, while they're at school. I think they're finding it difficult to focus because of these fantasies that they're having about you. I do get the feeling that there's a lot of oral, I just don't know how explicit to get here. We'll just go for it. They have a lot of oral sex fantasies about you. And this can go both ways. I think they would like to give and receive, but they have a lot of fantasies in that way. I think that this also speaks to the transformation, because I think this person in the past has approached sex as something where they can take, like they're more interested in their own pleasure and how they can enjoy themselves. So they might have only in the past been interested with someone else performing these acts on them. In the case of the fantasies they're having about you, they fantasize a lot about pleasuring you in that way, and they also fantasize about you pleasuring them in that way. So they want it to be more reciprocal, and I think that just has to do with the feelings behind it. There weren't feelings behind it for them in the past. There is also this feeling of the needing to sneak away with you. So a lot of their fantasies might be about sneaking off somewhere with you, but there is maybe a little bit of conflict or trouble when it comes to the two of you connecting. In this card here, we do have somebody kind of peering in. I think in this case it is the Queen, but someone peering in and watching what the two of them are doing. So there might be a bit of a feeling of like the two of you can't find the privacy, and that could have to do with why this person wants to restructure their lives in order to be with you. Maybe they live at home with their parents, or they have roommates or something, or that's your situation, and they're just feeling like the two of you don't have a lot of time together just privately. So a lot of their fantasies have to do with sneaking off and finally being somewhere where the two of you can be alone, maybe like in a hotel room, or potentially getting your own place. There really is a strong energy of that oral connection, though. I will say that. So this person is fantasizing a lot about your mouth, doing all sorts of things. I think they want to kiss you. I think, again, going back to that oral sex, they're very focused on oral sex. So this could be they're drawn to your lips. They might think that your lips are very beautiful. Maybe if you wear makeup, you might be somebody who accentuates your lips a lot. Maybe you wear lipstick, you wear bold colors, or deep dark colors or something, but their attention is drawn to your mouth and what you might be able to do with it. I do think that this person wants to pamper you a little bit. Lots of images of flowers here. This might be somebody who wants to give you flowers or has given you flowers. All of this stuff that I'm saying, I can tell is outside of the norm for this person. To even fantasize about treating somebody this way, about being romantic with someone, about connecting with someone, to even think about the same person all the time instead of just being on to the next person that they meet, is out of the ordinary for them. This is not their typical way of thinking, but you have really taken over their mind. They're having a hard time focusing on their work or on their studies or just on the tasks that they have to do. I think whenever they have to do some mundane task, maybe like a cleaning task or something, you come to their mind immediately. If it's something that they can still get done and think about something else, like be in a whole different world in their mind, they're thinking about you. And they're thinking about the word submission keeps coming up to me. So this is on both sides. They want you to submit to them, and they want to submit to you. So there's this feeling of vulnerability and this feeling of kind of being bare and being raw with each other. They also might be into a little bit of kind of, I don't want to say rough, but they might want to tie you up. Let me just say it. I think they kind of, like, they fantasize about that, and that, I think that has to do with just the submission aspect. They kind of think it's hot for you to be completely at their mercy. I think there's a lot that they want to express to you, and a lot that probably hasn't been said. They might be afraid of what a huge transformation this has caused in them. I do think there's a certain, like, they think that you are absolutely gorgeous. And I don't know if I said that, but yeah, I probably did, because there is this feeling that they just can't stop looking at you. Their fantasies about you also involve your butt. So I think, honestly, I think your person might be very experienced at least in their fantasies. If they are not actually physically experienced, they have explored a lot in their minds, and there's a lot they want to do with you, because I'm seeing so many different scenarios. I'm not going to take all those cards. I want like 2 cards. There's so many different scenarios. So I am seeing that a lot of you, their fantasies do involve your butt. They involve touching your butt. They really like your butt. If you are a male, I think they like how muscular your backside is. But there is a feeling of sexual encounters that are happening from behind. I think that they really want to look at your backside while they while they are with you. They really enjoy that. And I think a lot of their fantasies involve that area of your body. Okay. So we had full moon in Aries, a fiery climax approaches. That pretty much speaks for itself. This person is quite passionate about you and wants to, they really would like to have sex with you. Like, I don't know any other way to put it. They really want to. They feel a lot of pent up desire when it comes to you. They want to probably go at it pretty hard, like at least to begin with. And I think that has to do with the pent up desire that's there. I think that they can feel like very lonely because they have such a desire to be close to you in that way. This person, they want to bring you to a climax. Of course, they want to climax themselves, but they are concerned with pleasuring you. And I think that they want to, like, they want it to be the hottest sex that you've ever had in your life when you're with them. I think they're confident that it will be. There's something about this person where, like, there is a confidence here, and that's kind of where I'm getting that, like, they seem like they're experienced. So whether or not they are actually very experienced, they've thought about this enough to think that they know exactly what they're going to do, and they want this to be good with you. They want you to be satisfied. Sorry, I'm just thinking about, I'm just thinking about the way that their focus is on you being satisfied is just so different for them. So I'm taken back to that energy of like this transformation that's happening. And it's just interesting. It's happening through these sexual fantasies. They're transforming in a huge way by wanting to put somebody else first. Then we had new moon in Cancer. You and your loved ones are safe. So I think this is somebody that you are feeling very comfortable with, very safe with. Once the two of you are together, I think that they are part of the reason that they're having these deep kind of fantasies about you is because they feel very safe. I think they feel like this connection is a connection that they can lose themselves in, and that they can feel comforted in, and that there can be an emotional aspect to this as well, which has not been the case for them in the past. Let's get at least one more card for you. And then we can talk about that, or maybe I'll talk about it now. Okay. So I think this really sums it up. It's kind of the perfect ending to this. You had make a move and imagine. This person is fantasizing about you all the time. They're thinking about you exclusively, which is so different for them. If they even would spend time fantasizing about people, it would definitely in the past have been like they'd go through phases. They'd think about one person and then they'd think about another person, or they would just think about having sex in general. It wasn't tied to a specific person. And at this point, this is tied to you in particular. They want to be with you in particular, and they only think about you to the point that they can't focus on other things that they need to get done in their lives. This make a move card, I think this really ties into their fantasies. They want to approach you and they want to express their passion to you. So they do want to be kind of forward with you. In their fantasies, they're very forward. They're very confident. They are taking control. They're doing all the right things. This also could be an indication that this person is going to come forward soon and make some of these fantasies a reality. They might be in the process of restructuring things in their lives so they can get closer to you in this way. But yeah, this person spends a lot of time in their head about you, and they want to really have a really passionate connection. So I can see them setting up a romantic situation for you, a nice hotel room or something with rose petals and like the whole 9 yards, because they really they want to experience something deeper with you, and they want to really go at it. I think this person has a lot of stamina, and they even have a lot of stamina when it comes to their fantasies. Like, they are committed to this. They think about this all the time. So at least in their fantasies, they imagine setting up a beautiful scenario for the two of you to explore. And I think they imagine it being quite intense. And this is the type of person that wants to go at it all night, all morning. Like, I say all night, and then I'm like, nope, that doesn't even feel sufficient. All morning too, all day. They like it. Just, I get the feeling that they don't want to stop. They have a lot of stamina, and they're going to be the type of person that's ready for round 2 as soon as you're done, ready for round 3. Just ready to go. So yeah, that's what I see for you, group 3. Very, very passionate fantasies that your person's having about you. I'm sending you all a lot of love and light. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. This was quite spicy, so let me know down in the comments how you liked that. Maybe we can do more of these sort of readings, and I will see you next time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and yeah, bye.